Every thought that crosses our mind has the power to initiate a complex chemical process in the brain, setting off a chain reaction that affects our emotional state. This neurochemical activity is a fundamental aspect of how we experience our world. Positive thoughts, such as those of happiness or achievement, stimulate the brain to release specific chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. These feel good chemicals induce feelings of joy and well being. On the other hand, negative thoughts, those rooted in fear, doubt, or self criticism, trigger the release of different chemicals, such as cortisol, which can lead to feelings of stress, anxiety, unworthiness, or sadness. The intricacy of this process lies in the feedback loop it creates between the brain and the body. When we experience emotions such as sadness or unworthiness, the brain checks in with the body and, recognizing these feelings, generates more thoughts that align with this emotional state. This loop of thought can quickly become a self perpetuating cycle. The longer this cycle continues, the more ingrained it becomes, leading to a habitual state of negative thinking and feeling. This habitual state effectively conditions the body to live in the past. Emotions, after all, are often reflections of past experiences. And when we continuously relive these emotions, our body is essentially trapped in past moments. The constant recall of these feelings keeps the associated neural pathways active, reinforcing the cycle and making it increasingly difficult to break free. As a result, our present moment is continuously colored by the emotions of our past, limiting our ability to experience life anew and form different, perhaps more positive, emotional patterns. Furthermore, this cycle can have profound implications for our mental and physical health. Prolonged exposure to the stress hormones released during negative emotional states can take a toll on the body, leading to a range of health issues from chronic fatigue to weakened immune response and even more serious conditions over time. The persistence of these negative emotional states can also impact our mental health, contributing to conditions like anxiety and depression. Breaking this cycle requires a conscious effort to change our thought patterns. This can be achieved through various practices such as mindfulness, cognitive behavioral therapy, and other techniques that help in recognizing and altering detrimental thought patterns. By becoming aware of our automatic thoughts and consciously choosing to focus on more positive or constructive ones, we can start to change the chemical reactions in our brain, leading to different emotional responses. The thoughts we repeatedly entertain hold immense power over our physical health and well being. Positive thinking, characterized by optimism, gratitude, and hopefulness, can have a nourishing effect on the body. Such thoughts stimulate the release of beneficial chemicals and hormones that enhance bodily functions, boost the immune system, and promote overall growth and rejuvenation. On the other hand, negative thinking patterns, marked by pessimism, worry, and despair, can have a detrimental impact. These thoughts can lead to the production of harmful chemicals and stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which over time can weaken the body's systems and increase the risk of various health issues. When we perceive threats or dangers, whether real or imagined, our body's emergency system, the fight or flight response, is activated. This response is an evolutionary mechanism that prepares the body to confront or flee from perceived threats. It involves a series of physiological changes, including increased heart rate, heightened senses, and a surge of adrenaline. While this response can be life saving in actual dangerous situations, its chronic activation in response to everyday stressors and anxieties can be harmful. Constantly dwelling on problems, ruminating over past events, or worrying about the future can keep this emergency system activated. This prolonged state of stress disrupts the body's natural balance, leading to various negative health outcomes. Chronic stress has been linked to a host of issues, including heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, digestive disorders, and mental health conditions like anxiety and depression. Recognizing the connection between our thoughts and physical health is crucial. Just as negative thoughts can contribute to illness, positive thoughts can promote healing and well being. The mind body connection is a powerful pathway through which our mental state can influence our physical health. Positive thoughts and emotions can trigger the release of endorphins and other health promoting chemicals, enhancing bodily functions and contributing to faster recovery from illness. Cultivating a habit of positive thinking involves practices such as mindfulness meditation, positive affirmations, and cognitive reframing. Mindfulness meditation helps in becoming more aware of our thought patterns, allowing us to identify and modify negative thinking. Positive affirmations can reprogram the mind towards a more optimistic outlook. Cognitive reframing involves changing our perspective on stressful situations, viewing them as challenges rather than threats. In the fascinating world of quantum physics, the concept of physical structure as we understand it in the conventional sense dissolves, leaving us with a universe composed purely of energy, frequency, and vibration. This perspective offers a profound insight into the nature of our thoughts. Every thought we generate resonates with a specific frequency, contributing to the vast tapestry of the universe's energy field. This understanding opens up a revolutionary way of perceiving our relationship with the world around us. In the quantum realm, the possibilities and outcomes we desire don't need to be created. They already exist as part of the infinite spectrum of potentialities. These possibilities are like different frequencies in a vast field of potential. To tap into these possibilities, we don't have to construct them from scratch, but rather attune our thoughts and emotions to resonate with their frequency. This alignment is akin to tuning into a specific radio station among many. The conventional view of reality often traps us in a cycle of want and lack. For instance, when we think about abundance, our focus on its absence in the present can reinforce feelings of scarcity. However, quantum thinking offers a transformative shift. In this broader perspective, the feeling of abundance isn't something to be sought after or generated. It is a state to be tuned into. By aligning our thoughts with the frequency of abundance, we can bring the experience of abundance into our lives. This concept extends beyond just abundance. It applies to all aspects of our lives, including health, relationships, and personal growth. For example, if we seek health, we must align our thoughts with the frequency of vitality and well-being rather than focusing on illness or fear of disease. Similarly, in seeking harmonious relationships, we tune into frequencies of love, understanding, and empathy rather than dwelling on conflict or loneliness. The challenge and beauty of this approach lie in its departure from the conventional cause and affect understanding of the world. It requires a leap of faith to believe that our internal state can influence external events in ways that defy traditional logic. It's about embracing a more holistic view of reality, where our thoughts and emotions are not just reactions to our experiences, but also powerful tools that shape those experiences. Practicing this quantum approach involves cultivating a heightened awareness of our thought patterns and emotional states. Meditation, visualization, and affirmative thinking are powerful techniques for this practice. They help us to consciously choose thoughts that resonate with the outcomes we desire, creating a vibrational match that draws these outcomes towards us. Approaching the source of pure consciousness, often envisioned as the ultimate state of unity and oneness, we begin to experience profound shifts in our emotional landscape. As we draw nearer to the source, feelings of love, bliss, and ecstasy become more pronounced, eclipsing the sense of lack or separation that often characterizes our everyday experiences. This journey towards pure consciousness is more than just a mental exercise. It's a holistic transformation that affects our entire being. In this state of heightened consciousness, the gap between desire and fulfillment begins to diminish. The distance between the mere thought of what we want and the actual experience of having it becomes surprisingly short. This is because, in this state, our thoughts and emotions are in perfect harmony, resonating with the frequency of our desires. Our minds and hearts work in unison, emitting a coherent signal into the universe that aligns with our deepest aspirations. Achieving this coherent state involves cultivating both mental clarity and emotional stability. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and heart centered exercises help us to synchronize our thoughts and feelings. When our mind and heart are aligned, we emit a powerful, unified signal into the field of consciousness. This signal is not scattered or fragmented by conflicting thoughts or emotions, but is clear and focused, resonating with the energy of our intentions. Feeling the emotion of our desires ahead of their actual manifestation is a key aspect of this process. Instead of waiting for external circumstances to trigger feelings of joy, love, or gratitude, we generate these emotions internally. By doing so, we start living in the energetic signature of our desired state even before it materializes in our physical reality. This approach reverses the typical cause and effect relationship we are accustomed to and places us in the realm of causing and effect. As a result of this internal alignment, we begin to notice synchronicities and opportunities appearing in our lives in the most unexpected ways. These occurrences are not mere coincidences, but are reflections of our coherent state of being. They affirm our role as active creators of our life, demonstrating that our internal state can indeed influence our external reality. Moreover, living in this coherent state cultivates a deep sense of trust and surrender. We become more attuned to the flow of life and more receptive to the guidance and opportunities that come our way. This trust is not passive, but is an active engagement with life, where we co create with the universe rather than trying to control or manipulate outcomes. When we embark on the journey of altering our thoughts and feelings and begin to observe tangible changes in our lives as a result, a profound shift in perception occurs. We start to move away from perceiving ourselves as passive recipients of life's whims and towards seeing ourselves as active creators of our destiny. This shift marks the beginning of a transformative process where we recognize that our reality is not something that happens to us, but something we actively participate in shaping. The victim mentality, a state where one feels powerless and at the mercy of external events, stems from the belief that our internal emotional and mental states are dictated by what happens around us. This belief can be deeply ingrained and challenging to overcome. However, as we start to consciously change our thoughts and emotions, we begin to see that our internal state can be governed by our own choices and not solely by external circumstances. This realization is empowering. It opens us up to the understanding that we have more control over our experiences than we previously thought. As we continue to practice and refine this process of internal change, the positive outcomes we experience reinforce our belief in our ability to shape our reality. For instance, choosing to focus on gratitude and positivity can lead to a more fulfilling and joyful life experience, even in the face of challenges. This practice helps to break the cycle of negative thinking and transforms our approach to life's obstacles, viewing them as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable problems. However, embracing this role of creator in our lives is not without its challenges. One of the most significant hurdles is the dedication of time and commitment required to make lasting changes. Transforming deep-seated thought patterns and emotional responses is a process that demands consistent effort and mindfulness. It often involves stepping out of our comfort zones and confronting long held beliefs and attitudes that may no longer serve us. This process also requires patience and self compassion. Change does not happen overnight, and there will be moments of setback and difficulty. It's important during these times to practice self kindness and remember that growth often comes from overcoming challenges. Each small step forward in this journey of transformation is a building block in the creation of a new reality, one that is aligned with our desires and aspirations. Furthermore, this journey of change is not just a solitary endeavor. It can be supported and enriched through connections with others who are on similar paths. Sharing experiences, learning from others, and offering support can greatly enhance the process of personal transformation. Another aspect of this transformation is the development of mindfulness, the ability to be fully present and aware of our thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and yoga can be incredibly beneficial in cultivating a state of calm and focus, aiding us in our quest to change our internal state. Changing our thoughts and feelings and witnessing the resulting positive changes in our lives empowers us to step out of the victim mentality and embrace our role as creators of our reality. This process requires dedicated time, effort, and a willingness to confront and transform deep seated patterns. Through persistence, patience, and self compassion, we can effectively harness our internal power to shape our lives in alignment with our true desires and aspirations.